This is another opportunity to watch part 2 of RHS Wisley, which featured in episode 8. If you haven't already seen part 1, this takes a look at some of the plants that were growing outdoors in Wisley. And part 2 is going to focus now on the tropical glasshouse. The glasshouse itself is divided into 4 different sections: the moist temperate zone, the dry temperate zone, the tropical zone, and the orchid house. In part 2, we're going to be taking a look at the tropical zone and the orchid house. The tropical zone is hot and steamy, with plants with huge leaves and extravagant flowers. Most of the plants that I show you in here like warm, humid conditions, and they might make good house plants, but they're not likely to be hardy in the UK. The Musanga Cecropoides is also known as the umbrella tree. This is a fast-growing tree native to Africa, with circular palmate leaves 10 centimetres across. It needs a lot of light and temperatures of around 25 to 30 degrees on average in the year. The Arenga Pinnata is a palm tree from Asia. Also known as the black sugar palm, this palm can be frost tolerant down to about -1 degrees. It can grow to around 20 metres tall, and its pinnate leaves can grow up to 70 centimetres long. The Hibiscus Rosa-Sinensis is native to China. With beautiful flowers 10 centimetres across, it should flower all year round if kept above 13 degrees and watered regularly. And there are several different coloured flowers to choose from. The Ficus Lyrata is also known as the fiddle leaf fig. With 30 centimetre long violin-shaped leaves, it can grow up to 15 metres tall but does not like drought conditions. And growing on this fig tree is this beautiful orchid, the Vriesea Imperialis. It likes high humidity and would do really well in a bathroom with good air circulation. Although this variety does produce vanilla pods, it is the vanilla planifolia variety which is normally used commercially. The Codiaeum variegatum Pictum Nervia has bold, striking foliage. It likes humidity and can take some direct sunlight, but should only be watered when the soil feels dry to the touch. The Bismarckia Nobilis is a palm tree from Madagascar. Also known as the blue palm, it likes to be in full sun and watered sparingly in winter. Its steel blue fan-shaped fronds can be up to 4 foot long. This palm can be hardy down to about -2, -3 degrees. I have a couple of these that I've grown from seed myself, but they have been very slow growing in pots because they have a very long taproot, so ideally need to be grown in long, tall pots. The Colocasia Aloha is part of the Hawaiian series. This is a vigorous cultivar with striking greeny black glossy leaves that grow up to 60 centimetres in length. This beautiful purple Star of Zanzibar water lily with its richly speckled foliage is not hardy in the UK, but it can be grown as an annual, and like most other water lilies, this variety doesn't like moving water. The Vriesea Imperialis is a bromeliad which grows on the Brazilian mountains at an elevation of about 600 to 1500 metres. It's one of the largest bromeliads in the world, growing to about 1.2 metres tall. Cycas Circinalis is known as the Queen Sago palm and is native to India. This is a medium-sized suckering cycad that grows to about 3 to 5 metres tall. It's rare in the wild, but it can tolerate a light frost. Dioon Spinulosum is a giant dioon from Mexico. It's one of the tallest cycads, growing up to 12 metres tall. It prefers nutrient-poor soils and is drought-resistant. The Cycas Rumphii is a variety from Indonesia and New Guinea. It can grow up to 10 metres tall with leaves up to 2.5 metres long. The trunk has grey bark fissured into rectangular segments. You can see the seed cone here. The seeds will turn orangey brown when ripe. This is the Philodendron New Red with striking red underside and stems. It's a beautiful foliage plant that grows best in medium light conditions. It doesn't like cold drafts and should only be watered when the top of the soil is dry. The Tradescantia Sitara Gold comes from Central America with beautiful stunning green leaves with a deep purple underside. It's easy to care for but likes to be kept moist. Anthurium Schlechtendalii is better known as a bird's nest anthurium. It grows well as an indoor pot plant and can tolerate temperatures down to around 0 degrees Celsius. Guzmania Tala is a bromeliad with stiffly upright dark green leaves and an extraordinary torch-like orange flower. It prefers bright, indirect light and does not like overwatering. The Wercklea Ferox is actually a shrub in the hibiscus family. It's native to Costa Rica and has these gorgeous leaves, 2 foot across with deep red veins and spines, which accentuate its architectural quality. It grows up to 4 foot tall and requires full sun and regular watering. This beautiful Xanthosoma is a tropical aroid with large pale green elephant-eared leaves. This plant is native to the South Americas and is tender and prefers full or part shade. The Alamanda cathartica is also known as the golden trumpet and originates from Brazil. It's a climbing plant that can grow up to 20 feet tall, however it can be pruned to form a shrub. It enjoys rich organic soil and temperatures above 13 degrees C. Carludovica Palmata is also known as the tequila palm or the Panama hat palm, as the fibres are used to weave Panama hats. However, it's not actually a true palm because it doesn't have a woody trunk. It likes high humidity and low light. Pandanus tectorius is also known as the screw pine. It originates in Madagascar and can grow up to 20 feet tall. It grows best in full sun or part shade, and it likes moist, well-drained soils. This beautiful Begonia rex is a variety called Morning Dew. It looks a lot like the silver lace that I grow, but a bit more frosted. Begonia rex do not normally survive our winters, however my silver lace did survive last year, so I will be experimenting further with some rex varieties this year. Brainia distica is also known as the snowbush, with these beautiful variegated ovate leaves. In its native habitat in Florida and Hawaii, it's actually considered invasive as it spreads quickly through root suckers. However, it will not tolerate temperatures below 1 degree C. Coccoloba Pubescens is also known as the grand leaf sea grape. Native to the Caribbean, this tree can grow up to 24 metres tall, and its orbicular leaves up to 90 centimetres in diameter. This Hibiscus Rosa-Sinensis cooperi is a variegated variety. It's a compact evergreen shrub with lance-shaped leaves splashed with white, green and pink, although the pink fades as the leaf matures. The Musa Thomsonii is a variety of edible banana. It's quick growing and originates from the Himalayas. It could grow up to 15 feet tall, and although it could resist some frost, it is less hardy than the Sycamensis. The Colocasia Black Magic has amazing dark architectural foliage. It's considered tender, however my Black Magic did survive 2 years in the ground on the south coast until it succumbed to this year's harsher winter. The Ficus pseudopalma is native to the Philippines and is often known as the palm leaf fig. These leaves can grow up to 90 centimetres long. And behind it you may notice the Cyathea cooperi. This can be grown in the UK but is not as hardy as the Dixonia. The Philodendron Salon is a tree philodendron. This is a beautiful plant with broad tropical leaves that can grow up to 1.5 metres long and the tree itself up to 3.6 metres tall. It normally grows in the rainforests of South America, so enjoys high humidity and dappled light. The Kaliandra tweedii is also known as Tweed's fairy duster. Originating in South America and North Mexico, it's a low-maintenance tree that tolerates extreme heat and drought. It can tolerate temperatures down to -12 degrees C, but grows better in warmer climates. Next we move on to the Orchid House, which is new at Wisley. It houses around 3,000 orchid varieties, as well as some companion plants like this Tradescantia albiflora nanook, which is a new hybrid variety of Tradescantia. Also known as Fantasy Venice, this is a great choice for beginners. And the Camaderia microspadix, which originates from central Mexico. This is hardy down to -8 degrees, but it's not wind tolerant. It doesn't like full sun and prefers wet summers and dry winters. Vanda orchids are absolutely beautiful, but they are not ideal for beginners as they require high humidity and temperature, a lot of airflow and some dry periods. So if you're looking to start out with orchids, it's better to go for one of the Cymbidium varieties. If you're enjoying this content, then please do make sure you're subscribed to my channel. This is still a new channel, so every subscriber really does make a difference. You can also turn on notifications to make sure you don't miss any of my new videos. And please let me know what you think in the comments because they really do help my channel to grow. You can also follow me on social media for links to my latest videos and my photo of the day, in which I usually share photos of flowers from my garden, along with their names if known. You can follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, or you can join my Facebook group to ask questions or share photos. And you can find all of my YouTube videos on Freya's Tropical Garden website, which I will also be expanding to provide advice pages as well as items for sale. Links to these pages are included in my description.